My mind goes back to us starting our coffee competition in 2010. Okay, we've been doing this 14 years. We've traveled the world. We've won the World Barista Championship. And it's like the sum of all those parts builds up to those moments where someone you helped has achieved like their lifelong goal. My name is David Crosby. I have been a coach in the barista competitions since 2010. Cole is my little brother, and I've always been his coach. And over the years, we've had other competitors through our company, Rosso Coffee Roasters. I think over the course of my coffee career, I've probably coached 25 to 30 competitors. We've won Latte Art in Canada, Coffee and Good Spirits, the Barista Championships, Brewers Cup. And then at the world stage, we have won 2023 and 2024 World Barista Champion.
So my name's Cole Torode. I am about 16 years in the coffee industry. The 2018 and 2019 Canadian Barista Champion, 2023 Brewers Cup Champion. Been competing in coffee competitions since about 2010 and represented 3 times as a competitor in the Worlds. And with Mr. David Crosby, I have also had the opportunity to do some coaching. The WBC is an annual competition that gathers a national champion from 50 plus countries to represent in a barista championship. So a 15-minute presentation to present 4 espressos, 4 milk beverages, and 4 signature beverages to a panel of judges. So this year we had the opportunity to coach 4 different competitors. So our roster kind of filled out this year. The first person that reached out for training was Gio Visitacion. We did some events based with him and his company, The Good Cup. Another competitor we worked with was Oltean from Romania. Christy works for a very progressive company called Marone Coffee.
Another one of our competitors is Mikael Jasin. We met Mikael back in 2019 in Boston. He's from Indonesia, so we bought green coffee from him, and he was looking for some coaches, some outside perspective to help polish, bring some new insight, and he reached out to us, and we were super excited about it.
And Nelson Fu, who's the Canadian champion, works with us here at Rosso. He was the last one to qualify, and of course we've worked with him for years now, so naturally he was the 4th one into the puzzle. For Dave and I, Busan was tough.
Yeah, it was a long time there.
We trained there for a month. We were able to find and essentially rent a facility in Busan, find the sponsor equipment, put together all of the machinery that's provided by the championship that the guys would be competing on, so espresso machine and grinder, both of which we had to seek out. And then we essentially put together a maniacal schedule for the month leading up to it.
My name is Gio, and I'm representing the Philippines. It's a very exciting country for specialty coffee. I would classify it as an emerging coffee producing region and specialty coffee market.
My name's Nelson. I'm representing Canada and Rosso Coffee Roasters from Calgary, Alberta. So we've been starting to prepare for this since late December, early January. So it's just been no days off, just going every day. It just keeps you in the mindset for this. I feel pretty prepared. So our coffee is from a farm called Black Moon in Panama. The producer's name is Hunter Tedman, and this is his first farm project, and the results have just been insane.
Hi, my name is Mikael Jasin. I'm the Indonesian Barista Champion in 2024. This will be my 3rd WBC. This time around, I talk about something very personal to me. It's something that I went through. I sort of experienced a burnout after my last competition. I competed for a while. My last competition, the results weren't really what we were after. I felt a little bit dejected after that, but after talking to Cole and Dave, we came up with a set that is really personal, but also very universal to people as well. I can't wait to present in a few days.
Hello, I'm Christian, Barista Champion of Romania, and I'm representing Romania and Meron Coffee Roastery. I'm really feeling confident because I think it's something new that never been on the world stage, and so emotional that I have a theme about the family, like how coffee is family to me, and I pour and I make all the beverages on stage with my heart.
Our role as coaches in the World Barista competition is to really push and motivate the competitors to achieve their max. We believe a lot of that comes through repetition. It comes through, if we use sports analogies, practicing your swing in golf. You're not going to get better at golf if you don't practice your swing. And so Dave and I believe in just run it again and run it again and run it again. And what we're looking for is ideally we find a 1% improvement every single time. We'll be there with clipboards, notebooks, writing down every detail of what the competitor just said, when they said it, how they said it, where were they looking when they said it,
What time they said it at.
yeah, is it consistent to the previous time in the previous run that they said it?
You have three things you need to focus on. You need to focus on the presentation and delivering that as clearly as possible with a theme. You have the coffee, it must taste the best as possible. If the coffee doesn't taste good, the other components don't matter nearly as much. And the third one is being technically sound. And so part of our role is to make sure they're doing all of that sequencing the exact same every single time. The best way to do that is to practice. Once the competition started, we were excited. We had 4 competitors. This is something, we've always kind of dreamed of, is coaching multiple people for the World Barista Championship. Being around the energy of the competition with like-minded individuals just brings your passion back to coffee. We get to see friends, we get to meet new friends. There's just so much that goes on backstage. It's a lot of fun. But as you can see, the stress of it, over the course of the week, we look like we've, run on 3 hours sleep every night. It is very stressful.
I feel great. Today is the first day of game day. We've all prepared for this. We've rehearsed the worst conditions. We've also rehearsed what looks like the best conditions. So I'm excited for today's experience.
3. We're getting close.
Time. I've been reflecting over my last 8 years as a barista, and I have experienced the evolution of specialty coffee. We as a community, we have created a space for us to bond and share our love of coffee. In this space, I have been able to grow as a professional and make meaningful connections.
I feel nervous, and I feel nervous because it's a big challenge, but I also feel relaxed because of the preparation. Not this kind of relaxed. This kind of relaxed.
The feedback of others has brought me to be here with you today. I believe that feedback is a sound that the industry should start listening. I have been learning to listen to feedback, and I believe it's the coffee industry's perfect time.
I just finished my run at 12:38. Feel great. Feel contented with how the performance went well. I hope the judges would like the coffee, but overall I feel happy, contented. It's so amazing that what we rehearsed for so many number of times showed up very well on stage. But I'm grateful with all the support from my team, my coaches as well. Extremely amazing, honored, grateful, contented.
Paul Stevens, our roaster, has roasted the last 2 World Barista Champions coffees. So, we have an assortment of coffee professionals that work in and around us that have helped support competitors. I think Paul is one of the greatest roasters out there that, he's had 20 years in the industry roasting coffee. And so he's kind of helping architect or giving us the idea of where this coffee could move to in flavor notes. The barista needs to rely on the consistency of the coffee when they call certain flavors, that it's going to be in that range almost every time.
So we're on prelims. We just tasted the coffee. Coffee tasting pretty good. Now I just have to memorize all the flavor calls and hopefully remember everything. But other than that, we're good. We're just waiting to roll out in about, I think 45 minutes, and then we'll be good. Recently, I took a break from competing. While it used to light a fire within me, I was starting to burn out. I had to walk away from the stage and figure out ways on how to use the same fire that was burning me as fuel to get me back to coffee. Through walking away, I found mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment, harmonizing the mind, the body, and the soul to achieve a state of balance. Yoshi and Dasha, thank you.
But so far ahead.
I forgot a few lines. Yeah, so my timer died, so I didn't have a thing. But I finished my milk. When I looked up while I was grinding was 7:18, I think. But that's because I said everything before they got into the table. They got to the table. So like, we're gonna walk around, menu, all that.
Welcome in my family house. Let me take you on a journey that begins right here in the family kitchen, where the love for coffee is more than just a beverage choice. It's a shared experience that binds us together. Why are we starting in the family kitchen? Well, to me, coffee has become family.
Yeah,
my voice a little bit, it was, and a little bit of shaking, at the beginning, but
I think a challenge that we had going into it and we had discussed between Dave and I is, there's 4 competitors here. We need to celebrate somebody's success while we also celebrate, another person that their journey might be ending.
We need two of the guys were kind of on the bubble, and one of them obviously being Nelson. He got off stage. We were kind of talking with him in the back, and he had difficulty steaming his milk, which is always, nerves are going on, you're steaming milk, you're pulling shots of espresso, you're trying to stop them. And what happened is he didn't create enough foam during the steam, and then he went to pour latte art and unfortunately had no latte art appear. And that's going to affect not only their scoring on how the latte art looks, but then also the preconceived notion that a judge is getting a drink without latte art.
The psychological effect that would happen with that.
Yeah.
Latte art is a 3-point score times 4 judges, so 0s out of 3 is what we're anticipating. We've just lost 12 points plus a compounding psychological effect. We don't know what that might be. So the announcements come and we're hoping everybody's name is going to get called, but that's the Cinderella story. So we hear the first name called, we're excited, okay, we got 1, we got a second name called, okay, we're excited, okay, we've only got 2 names to come, and no.
We just finished the debrief and I'm packing up. Turns out I got 16th, so it's a little bit tough. Don't know how to feel. It's very close. We know where we lost the points, so I don't know if it was nerves or I don't know. I definitely missed the steam because I had to stop the shots, and I had no foam. Tasted good, which is important, but the visual aspect also is important. Sucks for Christy because his feedback was mixed. So yeah, we'll see how the boys do. Super excited for Miki and Gio.
Christy put together a really nice presentation all about family. It was a very emotional presentation, very much tuned to his personality and his character type. And this was his first World Barista Championship. He ended up ranking out 26th in the championship. Few mistakes were made, I think, all around on the team on that one, and very, very tough in the moment. I think Nelson kept his head high and was very admirable, and didn't let that sort of show, for better or for worse. And I don't know. I think it was a tough moment, and still maybe tough to stomach or talk about a little bit today.
He put in so much work. He was training incredibly hard. We thought the coffee was tasting amazing. We thought the presentation was world class, and sometimes the bounce doesn't go your way, and he was out by 3 or 4 points. So yeah, we just felt for him.
We had a killer dial. Coffee's tasting fantastic, better than it has any other day. So that's, I mean, what we want to have from the dial session. Keep going up and up and up, and I think Miki's feeling really strong.
Got to roll out, feeling very good. Coffee tasted great. Definitely a lot more calm today. And yeah, can't wait to go out and kill this.
Friends, tough times in life cleanse our soul, allowing us to lead with a clear mind and a strong body. I am thankful to have gone through the fire so that I can share my story so others can also see the light.
Set was super strong. Coffee hit, timed all the shots are right in range. So it's now in the judges' hands. I think Miki hit all kind of the positioning he needs to. He gave the judges enough time to consume everything. So we'll find out in about 5 hours. So we're looking forward to it.
That was incredible. There were shivers all through the auditorium here. Unbelievable, top-notch stuff. Never been seen before. We're loving it. Love it.
Felt really great. Coffee, hopefully it was okay. It smelled and looked like it's gonna be the same as backstage, but presentation-wise, I felt a lot more present and a lot more relaxed, and I could really be who I wanted to be for this round, and I delivered everything that I wanted to deliver. So it's out of my hands now, but hopefully it's enough for tomorrow.
It seems like it's extremely competitive, which is a good thing. Very non-traditional countries obviously getting into really good positions, so that's really incredible. It means that globally everyone is becoming better. So I think it's really interesting competition this year and very compelling. A lot of amazing ideas coming out, very different styles of presentations. So very excited to see who wins tomorrow.
I'm excited. I feel nervous, very, very nervous. I think this is a very big task that I'm about to join, but overall, I feel greatly nervous. Yeah.
Nerves are healthy, man. Nerves are healthy.
This drink is a creation of feedback. Feedback from nature to the producer, from consumer to the barista, from barista to the roaster, from roaster all the way to the producer.
Did a fantastic job. Improved from day one. Strong finish, strong stage presence. He was a little loud. Minor details, extraction times were all perfect. We wanted 24, 25 seconds. They all landed right there. So let's go, baby.
Tired and hungry. I think that was, like, you can see my sweats here. Yeah. Sweat marks. I'm proud of it because it's a work of hard work. But I hope the coffee stays safe. I'm super tired, but I really enjoy it. Let's wait for the results, but I'm already happy. That's already, like, I leave it to them.
I don't quite remember the order that it was announced, but we're 5 names in. We got 6 names coming.
And we don't have a competitor.
Neither of our competitors' names have been stated. So we're waiting on this 6th person.
And we're standing in the crowd, and we know, okay, you know, one of the guys' journey is coming to an end here, or they both might come to an end.
Or they both are. So we get 6th name. It's Mikael Jasin, representing Indonesia. Yeah. Miki comes over. We're with his wife Yessi, and he comes over and he's just fully in tears. And he's like crying on my shoulder essentially, and he says to me, "I've worked through this moment with my therapist."
Yeah.
Because he's gone through the experience and he has essentially a trauma of not hearing that name get called.
He's able to finally, like, address that, and he's had that, like, weight on his shoulder for the last 2.5, 3 years of not making it through, and he makes it through, and you know how emotional he is, and we just say to him, man, this is your time now. You got no weight on your shoulders, you got no pressure. You're in the finals. You've done everything you've wanted to achieve. Now just pour everything you got into the presentation in the finals of like all your emotion, everything that, you know, your whole competition career can go right into that presentation. I think Gio was just honored to be in the semis. He was, you know, everyone's dream is to go to the finals, but I think he was really excited. He was really proud of like all the work he put in.
It's his first year as a barista competitor, so to go all the way through, win your nationals, go 2 rounds into Worlds is pretty significant.
I think Gio did a great job like representing the Philippines and his story, and hopefully we'll see him back in the future.
Surreal. I was feeling pretty confident backstage, but up there it was very shaky, and yeah, it's good. It's good redemption. It's a good redemption from my last one, so it's great.
He delivers, I think, equivalent or slight improvements from today, tomorrow. Log it in. The morning of the finals.
All of your teams are in the back. You're ecstatic that you're in the finals. You get to present one more time. I think for us, you know, it felt like we're kind of coming to the end of this journey. We've been training nonstop for
100+ days.
Yeah, like an insane amount of time, and to have one of the guys in the finals is like, you know, that was our ultimate goal. And
so today, finals day. It's 9:40 in the morning. We just finished our dial. We got to dial on stage, which is great because then you really know how the coffee is gonna perform out there, the humidity level, the machine, everything. So it's great. Coffee tasted amazing today. We had a bit of difficulties dialing that in, but we pulled through. Now it's just executing the plan, and hopefully we pull through and get announced last today.
I think the coffee's tasting brilliant. There's consistency, but it seems an elevation in quality and clarity of flavors. So not a huge shift in terms of flavor notes that will get called today, but I would say there's an improvement in the vibrancy of those flavors, the tactile experience, the overall composure.
dial this morning was really good. Miki pulled probably 15 shots of espresso, 10 to 15. And the coffee today is tasting better than yesterday. That's what we want. Just connect with the judges. That's like ultimately what finals day is about. It's him connecting kind of mentally and physically with them as much as possible. And he could be there.
We are about to roll on World Barista Championship Finals. Competitor number 5 in the program, number 1 in your hearts, Mikael Jasin.
Hi, how are you? Recently, I took a break from competing. While it used to light a fire within me, I was starting to burn out. I had to walk away from this.
It kind of just starts by having a very vulnerable, very personal moment, sharing with the judges a little bit about his journey, how he's gotten here, where he's sort of the path he's walked, and then invites them to take a mindful walk. And they walk to an area where there's 2 bouquets of flowers. And actually hidden underneath the white flowers are 2 atomizers, whatever you call those, that are giving out jasmine. And so he invites them on this walk and sort of ushers them to stop and smell the flowers, is where he kind of starts his actions and activities as a barista now. Closes the presentation with an espresso course, which is a very floral washed geisha from Panama that he describes as kind of no intervention, a very true essence of a Panama geisha, which is very common in these competitions. And he uses these bouquets of flowers to carry the espressos to the final placement, and they're there as the judges are presented the espressos. So these flowers become a recurring theme. And
I think this is where, you know, the theme starts to come in, and it like, for us, it like every movement, everything that goes on stage has to like come back to that. And so like the walking, the judges are closing their eyes before they drink each course. You know, he's taking them on this journey that's all like referring back to the theme of like mindfulness.
We just finished our finals. It was great. It was like a movie. We tasted the coffee. Coffee tasted great. That's what's very important. So hopefully it's the same and the judges feel the same. But I'm happy. I delivered the way I wanted to deliver. I closed the way I wanted to close. I opened the way I wanted to open, and I could feel that people can really relate to it, and that's what matters to me.
So it was a near perfect run, and he's just, you can just feel relief. I think everyone just, you know, kind of the adrenaline dump of after going, and just so proud of him.
In second place, we have the Barista Champion representing Australia.
He just poured all his emotion into it, and that's kind of, you could just feel it on stage, and you could feel it in the crowd, just kind of taking the judges on an experience that was all immersive and coffee flavors hit, and just kind of stunned for words right now. So that's all I got, buddy.
Touchdown. That's all I got. Overwhelmed.
Amazing work.
Thank you so much.
Man, the field was tough this year.
It's super crazy. Yeah, you guys brought it up. But
yeah, good work. Super proud of you, and excited to see what you'll do with the championship.
Thank you so much.
Miki's presentation about mindfulness, we wanted to distill the terminology there down into something people could understand, and it really became, from the preliminary to the semifinal to the finals, it's like, you know, the training we've done, we could keep training, but the moment is now. It's like you need to go in, present yourself the way you want to, with the energy that you have, and just enjoy that moment, and really stop and just be present in that moment. Use this moment for Miki, this moment for us, but for Miki's family, for his colleagues, for everybody, but most importantly for Miki is a huge moment. And so many people will let that kind of pass in a blink, and I think it's really important to stay true to that and keep to the practice of sort of stop and smell the flowers, and sort of lean into that mantra, you know, as we go through the competition, but also after the competition. You know, that practice is still stuck, at least for me, slowing down and trying to appreciate every little detail with a little bit more sincerity, and I think with Miki as well, as he's started to tour around and share his knowledge and share his story and his expertise. I think a big thing he's doing is actually a mindful practice with people that he's interacting with in these different seminars and workshops, and I think it's really
it can be applied to life.
Yeah.
And a lot of time people are drinking coffee, they're not really engaged with it and think about what you are tasting or think about what you're consuming. He's traveling a lot right now, and he's talking to people like, I've gone through therapy, I've experienced hardship, and this is one of the things that helped me get through that hardship, which linking that to a barista competition is like very unusual, and that's kind of like the power of what he's done this year is linking something that, one, is so personal to him, but also like a really big message. I guess that's the flower story.
Dreams do come true. Dreams do come true.